United Methodists have cared about education since the days of John Wesley. There are hundreds of United Methodist colleges around the world. The three that are in Kansas are Southwestern College, Kansas Wesleyan University, and Baker University here in the Kansas East Conference. The conference supports Baker through the special askings portion of the conference budget.
Certainly planted seeds that came to fruition in me in ways that I did not expect. One of the things for me at Baker was, with it being a liberal arts institution, there was the opportunity for me to take a variety of subject matter and coursework that was not necessarily related to my primary field of study. And that was really important to me because it did make me feel like I was a more well-rounded person from the classroom side. And then the other piece was, because of being a small private university, there was the opportunity to be involved in extracurricular kind of activities that also were really well-rounding.
United Methodist colleges also provide a quality education that helps students grow in a way that will allow them to be leaders, not only in their communities and churches, but in their field of study and in the world.
You know, there's nothing lost because you go to a small school. The academic rigor is there too. They are just as much a quality education. People are going to have such a greater, more holistic experience where faith is talked about in the classroom just as easily as business ethics.
In addition to providing quality education, United Methodist colleges help students stay connected to their faith and grow as Christian leaders.
There were several things while I was a student at Baker that helped me keep connected with my faith. One was that being on the same campus where I'd gone to church camp as a teenager always kept me mindful in many ways of what my experience was like at Institute.
Like United Methodist colleges, United Methodist seminaries provide an atmosphere for the development of new leaders. Seminaries are supported through the Ministerial Education Fund, a denomination-wide fund into which each conference pays a share. Andrew and Nicole Connard, who are both associates at the Church of the Resurrection in Leawood, attended Wesley Theological Seminary in Washington, D.C.
Going to Wesley really helped me prepare to enter into ministry in the United Methodist Church in ways that wouldn't have been possible elsewhere.
I mean, I think it would just be a huge void if there wasn't any United Methodist seminaries. Being able to pull together the pieces that we call faith and that we say, you know what, this is who we are as United Methodists. I mean, I wouldn't get that from anywhere else.
25% of the Ministerial Education Fund also returns to local annual conferences to provide seminary students with financial assistance in the form of scholarships.
It's common for clergy folks to have significant seminary debt. It's the same level of debt that a medical professional or a lawyer would have at the end of their schooling without the potential for income that they have.
I think that any assistance that young adults can receive really equips and empowers people for ministry. Being able to move into ministry and have a minimum of debt really makes a big difference and might make the difference between someone choosing to go to seminary or not.
In the Kansas East Conference, the conference's portion of the Ministerial Education Fund is paid through each church's mission and ministry funds. Through your congregation's support of these efforts, you help support our United Methodist colleges and seminaries and equip Christian leaders for a new generation of developing disciples.
We've got to have young leaders because, I mean, they bring passion, they bring excitement, they bring a vision for ministry, and they bring a willingness to be able to say, here I am, God, send me.